he was having sex with her as well.
And again, and Gino and Jasmine communicating again and putting Matt out in the cold, and Loren and Elizabeth catfight. We will get to all that, but make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. It has been an interesting one. This is the finale of finales, Tell All Part 4, and we're going to get to everything that happened, and it did not disappoint. Of course, some of it was interesting, to say the least. Let's get right into it.
Please, I'm begging you. I've been through a lot today.
Oh.
You see?
You mean?
I'm not happy.
I have been through a lot today. You see? Me, I am not happy. Me. It's all about me. Because, of course, with Jasmine, it's all about Jasmine. Never mind the fact that Jasmine caused most of the things that happen. Gino's a piece of garbage. Gino led to his own implosion of his marriage, and he was definitely at fault. But Jasmine acting like she is just the victim and everything, and she didn't cause most of the problems, is ridiculous, and she's just lying to herself.
I really want to know, why are you crying?
I really want to know,
No one
why are you...
cares about how I really feel.
Nobody cares about how I really feel. That's Matt's face right there. That's the proper face, like, the hell you just say, B-word? Just replace the word, because that's exactly the face he has. The hell you just say? Like, she's like, no one cares about my feelings. This fool has been the most pathetic excuse for a human lingering on to Jasmine because he's got a daughter with her, and yet she's going to say no one cares about my feelings. I mean, Matt's had his issues, but he's the only one that's really gave a damn about your feelings, so she's just a liar.
His mom.
Or?
And his Romanian community.
Okay, take that right there. Imagine if someone said to her, or Jasmine's Panamanian community, she would talk about how you are the worst kind of person, call you a bigot, call you a xenophobe, whatever, a phobe or anything. She would absolutely call you to play the victim, and she would be ridiculous for it because she's a ridiculous person. But when it comes to Matt and the Romanian community, she can say that all she wants. I couldn't care less about her doing this and everything. I'm just pointing out the double standard that is Jasmine. When it comes to her, she will make sure she is the victim and make sure you know it and that you are a horrible person for saying anything negative. But when it's anyone else, it's okay. Because Jasmine is the queen of double standards. We continue to see it through this whole thing. Wait.
You are trash, really.
He waits till they get in the car and then says, you are trash, really. The whole time, the whole point of that was Gino coming out and saying, hey, why are you crying? And acting like he cares, which it just looks like the producers came to him and said, all right, Gino, you need to go out there. He's like, why should I do that? What do you want? Let me get my proper hat, please. And he goes out there and says, why are you crying? And then, she plays the whole victim card. And then when they leave and get in the car, he says, y'all are both trash. Y'all are trash. After the doors have closed. Everyone on this show is so cowardly, it's ridiculous. I would rather you say, I'm an adult, I'm not going to fight you or act stupid, rather than act like you're tough after someone leaves. Because you look like not only a 5-year-old, but a cowardly 5-year-old. Which I guess minuses a few years, so you look like a 3-year-old. There you go. Gino is a 3-year-old.
I have this good Romanian woman,
yes,
like I want Matt to be with.
Why do you care? She keeps talking about this. Why on earth do you care that his mom said, if you're not going to be with Matt or marry Matt, basically, I have a Romanian woman? I mean, for one, you can disagree with culture, whatever. I don't care. We all disagree with various aspects of culture. But you acting like you actually care, this is only because it's something you can't have if there's someone else waiting for him. That's the only reason. If she really cared or cared about Matt, she would marry him or say that she's going to marry him. But she won't even say that. And she, in fact, says she doesn't know if she wants to marry again. This is the whole, if I can't have it, no one can. So she's trying to destroy everything. It's ridiculous. Everything Jasmine does shows that she's more of a bad person every time. And, strong statement, sure, but I just don't see many redeeming qualities of Jasmine.
I don't have friends.
You make new friends.
We were always the new kid in school, but I had my twin sister.
Okay, this is the thing. They're trying to basically figure out the whole Moldova thing. Andrei's still saying we're moving there, and Elizabeth's still saying we're not. They start talking with, Darcey on this instance and says, oh yeah, we moved around a lot when we were younger. I don't think Darcey is the one you want to look to for advice when you're trying to see how your kids might be adjusted, because look at her. She is not well adjusted. The lady cannot stop getting plastic surgery and injections. Clearly something went wrong. She would probably be a sell for not moving all around the country or all around the world. Now, that being said, I think it's great kids get exposed to other cultures and things like that. I lived in Japan for 4 years. It was great. I hated it the first year because it was high school, but at the same time after that, I loved it, and it was a good experience and a great thing to have. That being said, going to Moldova, probably not going to be the best thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not okay.
Okay, you're not okay now, except for the fact that y'all been acting good, and all of a sudden, when you're about to go into your segment, now you're not okay. Because the things have just been magically gone this whole time? No, because you're putting on a face for the show, because Elizabeth is another one that is fake as hell. And this is the funny part about Elizabeth, because we'll see a little bit more as we go forward. She's the one that's like, everyone, this is just a show. How are you going to be criticizing everyone for reality TV? I'm like, because you're the one on reality TV making this whole storyline that makes you look bad, and then criticizing others for saying, yeah, y'all are just awful. She is the most disingenuous person I think we've seen probably in a while. There's several of them on the show, but she's definitely one of them.
How she feels and stuff. She's giggling, smiling, trying to like...
She absolutely was. She's acting like, oh, we weren't flirting. She absolutely was laughing and giggling with Gino while Matt stood right there. So she's trying to act like after the fact the cameras weren't there. It's hilarious how they all act like there's just cameras not there that capture it all. But yet, some of them, they know exactly what they're doing, and they just don't care because they're trying to sell a good TV show in order to continue to remain relevant on the show. And some of them, I think, are just that stupid that they just don't realize it.
So I feel like if you're saying you're genuine, then you need to talk about all of the hardships.
We've literally shared.
Elizabeth being the person to talk about what's genuine and what's not. It's pretty hilarious. This came from a whole thing of Loren saying she's not going to talk about some drama with her mom. Whatever. I mean, you don't want to talk about it, fine. But then Elizabeth basically saying, if you're not talking about it, you're not genuine. You literally talk all this trash, go back and forth with your husband, act like y'all are this solid unit, and nothing even ever adds up in y'all's relationship, and you're going to talk about people being genuine. Not only that, but to criticize other people for criticizing you because, oh, it's just a TV show, and what do you know? Except that you're putting yourself out there like that. It's the most fake thing I think I've seen, but you have a nerve talking to someone else about being genuine.
I understood that I really hurt her, and that's not what I intended to do.
Problem with Jovi is what he does is he puts his foot in his mouth a lot of the time, and he says things that he doesn't think is going to be that big of a deal, and they end up being a bigger deal. This ended up being a bigger thing than it needed to be. He was saying something he thought would be funny, and then in reality it was something that ended up hurting her feelings. I get all that. The problem isn't so much that. We all know what Jovi does. Jovi talks all that trash and then puts his foot in his mouth and many, many, many times. The problem was after the fact and how the rest of the people around them handled it.
I do not want to cry when somebody talk about my appearance. I don't want to live with this.
See, that is a good response. She's saying, I need to figure out a way to work on myself to not be so upset. Now, does that mean Jovi should have been okay with what he said? No, not necessarily. But her taking the proper approaches, I need to work on myself and figure out why these things are the way they are and how I can make it better. The problem is then the rest of the cast is just like, no, what are you talking about? Of course you need to be like this. Of course he's an awful, awful person, which, debatable sometimes with Jovi for sure. But the proper response, or the best response would be, yes, that's great. You want to work on yourself. What he said may not have been right, but you wanting to work on yourself and improve things, that's great. Obviously, she has some issues. Plastic surgery, injections, all the things she's done to try to change her appearance is just mental issues. If you cannot accept who you are in some level, then of course there's a problem there, and it leads to addiction to plastic surgery procedures a la this one. Now, I'm not saying that Yara is there right now. I don't think she's some crazy addict to plastic surgery procedures. But if you don't fix the underlying issue, you're always going to want to get that quick fix in the future.
Look at Jovi, there's plenty of material to talk about.
Yes, and that's the problem. Y'all talk all that trash about what he said and then promptly do the exact same thing, which is pointed out by the only person that seems to be sane in this whole thing.
Wait a minute, but hey, we're trying to defend somebody?
Yep.
To attack another one?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
No, if we're gonna defend somebody, we're
Yes.
gonna fix it. No, we're not.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Guillermo, because that's exactly what he says. Basically saying y'all are going to defend someone to attack the other person, do the exact same thing, basically. No, 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 no. They need to work on this and figure it out. The only guy that came in with sense was Guillermo, and they all laughed about it because they don't care. For as much as they're like, oh my gosh, Jovi, you're an awful person, they all do the same things. So I would actually take what they said seriously, maybe, if they were someone that practiced what they preach, but they don't. They will quickly accuse someone of, or quickly criticize someone's appearance, or something they did, or anything like that, just to get under their skin. That's the kind of people these are. Guillermo's only one here that really seems like he might actually have some integrity. Good for him.
I'm wearing pants, if you haven't noticed.
Okay, go wear them in Moldova.
Yeah, what she doesn't realize is when he's saying that and she's saying go to Moldova and all that, he is literally talking about taking the kids and going to Moldova and then making her follow behind because he has the kids. The reality is without any kind of laid out custody, depending on where you live, certain places especially, but if you're married, the husband, the wife, whoever could take the kids and just leave and you couldn't do anything about it until you file for custody. So he could take them and go to Moldova. And God knows if you could do anything except join him there, because I doubt Moldova's going to basically work with you to try to get custody of your kids. They're probably going to be like, nope, we like them here. That's fine. So I don't think she really realizes what kind of thing could actually happen here, because he definitely seems like the type that would just take him and leave.
Then she
Doesn't
went
like it.
there and she found some surprises, brother. Like,
She found a few surprises, brother. Like, I don't know, a destroyed house that was a fixer-upper, allegedly, while the contracting company took their money and ran. That was a fun find.
And I'm over it. All right.
Where are you living?
I think I'm having an anxiety attack.
So Elizabeth has a panic attack because she can't defend anything that her husband is saying, and she gets up and leaves. A panic attack, by the way. They bring out Noga to do this whole confrontation thing, which is dumb because that whole confrontation was dumb. Both of them were acting stupid, and it was ridiculous. But she knows she can't defend him. She tries so hard, but she just sounds retarded. So what she does is she leaves, has a panic attack, and then when she comes back, it's interesting how she comes back, considering she allegedly just had a panic attack.
Andrei is very, very in your face,
Yeah.
and very passionate.
Yeah.
And
Passionate. He's very, very passionate. He is in your face, but the reality is he's in your face because you're surrounded by producers and nothing's going to happen. For whatever reason, everyone in there is intimidated by him, maybe because he's tall, maybe because he's imposing, whatever. He, puts on this big, I'm the boss here kind of look. It's like, but in reality, you know that nothing's going to actually happen. So I don't know why everyone's afraid of him. It's kind of ridiculous. But she's saying he's passionate. I'm like, sure, let's call it that. He's passionate at that he just acts like a dick all the time, and he's passionate about being a dick. So fun with that. But so is she. So it's like they're made for each other.
Relax, guys. Yeah, it's getting too nasty.
refreshing
Oh my
to hear
gosh. Jasmine will always take the opportunity to try to take the heat off her and make it look like she's reasonable, when in reality, she's the most unreasonable of them. Come on, guys, just calm down. It's getting really nasty. It's like, no, this is just more of the same that they keep bringing up over and over and over. The Elizabeth and Loren storyline's pretty tired and played out, but they're continuing to make it last. I hope after this season that we don't see any of them again, because Elizabeth and Andrei are going to definitely try to, play the storyline out. And so are Loren. I don't know. Loren and Alex might be done. I don't know. We'll see. But Elizabeth and Andrei definitely will. But to be determined. I don't know. But by the way, her dad passed away, so rest in peace to him. He seemed like a decent guy. So, got to mention that. I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw something up on this episode for him, because they usually do that last minute when someone passes away. But, he passed away, seemed like a nice guy. So, rest in peace.
Because you call me all the time when you're drunk and you're telling me you want to divorce your wife?
What? Damn. So apparently he's calling this out, because basically they were talking about the money thing and why would you say this and all these things. So what Andrei and Elizabeth did is what they always do and try to divert the attention. So what happened is when they backed into a corner, they're like, let's put this on someone else. This is the classic whataboutism. They love to practice whataboutism. We did this. What about this? So what he does here is says, Jovi, what about when you called me drunk saying you want to divorce your wife? Now, Jovi's a freaking idiot because if he's telling something to Andrei saying, I want to divorce Yara, what kind of idiot do you have to be? I think he's always kind of had a drinking problem. So he's drunk, can't control himself, and says this stupid thing, which was really dumb on his part. But of course, Andrei's going to use that against him. So that's where we are.
I'm not going to say I was 100% serious. I was telling him that, like in guy talk, right?
There's no guy talk where you're telling the guy, I'm going to divorce my wife. That's not guy talk. That's idiot talk. You spoke idiot. Congratulations, Jovi. You're an idiot in 3 different languages. God, he has got to be one of the stupidest guys. For being someone that's probably pretty smart or supposedly to be an oil rig worker making a bunch of money, you got to be a big freaking idiot to be able to do the things you do, especially not just to anyone, but to Andrei. Andrei!
Well, this is the tell-all, buddy.
Oh.
We're gonna tell all.
Oh, are you, Elizabeth? Are you going to tell all? But is it genuine? Because you make it seem like everyone should be just not talking trash about you when you act like a horrible person. But it's the tell all, so y'all tell all. Okay, then you tell all too. What the hell about the money you lost? We just kind of glossed over that and how he took the money and ran with it and gave it to a bad investor. That seems to just kind of get swept under the rug. So tell all. Go ahead, Elizabeth. I'm listening.
I'm gonna lose the only friend, like my best friend, my partner.
That's sad. That's pretty sad. I hope that's not reality because damn. I mean, I will say, with all the fake crying and stuff, Yara genuinely seems upset about that. Now, that being said, it is some interesting things about what she might have said to him. Possibly she says to him that she wants to divorce him, just not to necessarily others. But at the same time, if she's saying that to him, she probably is saying that to other friends at certain moments. They're just not running off on a tell-all and mentioning it.
Especially if I would tell it to Yara, right? I'm telling her that to trigger her, to make her angry, of course.
That is such an awful way to live. So he openly admits, if I tell that to Yara, I'm telling that to her to basically piss her off. That's not only bad communication, that's malicious communication. You're actually trying to get under someone's skin. I understand in relationships, in marriages, we all get under each other's skins periodically. It's just comes with anyone who says we don't fight, you're lying, or you're destined for a massive explosive fight. But you don't ever do it maliciously. You don't want to sit there and say, I'm going to say something I know will piss you off just to piss you off. It's not the right way, and it's only going to lead to other issues. So him saying that lets me believe that they got deeper issues that they're not working on.
She tells me all the time, I'm going to divorce you.
There you go.
And I do the same thing out of anger as well.
There it is. So him saying that she says that. Now, it never mentions it to her, so this is just him saying it. But it's probably true. They probably, in the heat of the moment, both say, I'm going to divorce you, whatever, when they're fighting. Which is still messed up. But either way, that's different than going to a friend like Andrei and saying, oh, by the way, I'm going to divorce Yara. That would be the same thing for Yara telling a friend, which she probably has, but that friend is not up here saying anything. So it's on you, Jovi. What the hell is that? What? He looks like a homosexual boat captain trying to convince everyone he's straight by sniffing Jasmine's panties. My God, Gino. You got something you need to tell us?
Him. I don't need him in my life.
Oh, you got the closure you needed, which was F her, F him, I don't need them in my life. How many times has that happened, Loren? You've had this realization or this closure multiple times, and yet here you are again saying you finally got it. Is this really done, or is this going to be another storyline because y'all are trying to remain relevant? Cut it off. Elizabeth's never been a good person to be around. You're not exactly the best person either, but out of the two, just go live your marriage, because Andrei and Elizabeth are in their own world. They always are, and they're just awful. So stay away. Take this as a sign that it's finally time to be over and be done with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they have some in the next something, whatever, before, 90 Days comes around again. I don't know. Whatever spin-off diaries, anything like that, there's another storyline about it.
6 years, that's the hardest time. And
I mean, this is the thing about them, though. She's saying, every relationship has hard times. Me and Jovi have hard times. 6, 7 years we've had hard times. Every time they're on here, they're in a hard time. I wonder if they ever have a good time, and if they don't, why? What is causing that to just be never-ending, nonstop hard times? Him, I don't know about her as much. obviously no one's perfect, so she's obviously got some things she probably needs to work on. But for him, he always had a problem with drinking. He always had a problem with strippers and being in constant contact with strippers and needing to go to strip clubs. It's bizarre the things you're bringing into the relationship that will clearly cause problems, but yet you can't grasp that, even though it seems like you're in a never-ending state of problems in the relationship.
He told me that I could do it. I didn't know that before, you know? He's like, you.
Yeah, that's interesting because she's talking about starting her business and that Jovi is encouraging her to do it. So obviously there are positives in their relationship. He's encouraging her to do certain things and everything. They just need to work on their communication. If they want it to work for their daughter, for themselves, for any future they have, communication. Both of them probably need to improve in some way.
With a Romanian girl, and I thought that he was gonna be with her. And I was like, was Romanian girl?
Why do you care? Mind you, everything they're talking about happened before they were together. But she tries to justify and do backflips on why this matters to her. It is all stupid. Jasmine is an idiot. And no one else seems to see it on this show. It's amazing.
At the same time, he was having sex with me.
Yeah.
He was having sex with her as well.
And again, why does that matter? You yourself said that he was an F-boy, sleeping with everyone at the gym, and yet now you're shocked he was sleeping with other people when you weren't even an item? Oh my gosh, and it gets worse because she continues to justify why she is saying that. It's incredible the justification she uses, and she actually believes. I think she believes her lies. She really might be pathological.
Was gonna be great outside of my marriage to be single and not having sex with anyone.
Oh, so the reason was that they needed to be single and not having sex with anyone else while you were simultaneously having sex with him and have the option to have sex with Gino. Now, the reality was Gino wasn't having sex with you. Doesn't matter, it was still there, but the person you were in the side piece, which was Matt, had to be only having sex with you. The level of me that Jasmine puts out is incredible. Like, I don't think I've ever seen someone so selfish. There's not a selfless bone in her body.
Are you single now?
Yeah, I am, yes.
And they point back to this clip of him saying he's single, not saying, and by the way, I'm not going to sleep with anyone else, but just saying I'm single. Sure, he was single. You know what single people do sometimes? They sleep around. Is that good? No, it's not. I don't condone it at all. But he's a man whore. And so what? We all knew that, but she's acting like she's surprised by that. It's incredible. And yet, he's the one that wants to settle down with her, and she wants to be open to basically doing whatever she wants. This is amazing. Someone needs to sit down and study the level of psychology that goes into her brain to be that mentally problematic, because she's got a lot of mental issues going on up there.
At this moment, I feel like I hate him.
That is a bold freaking statement. The father of your child, and at this moment you feel like you hate him because he might have been sleeping with someone else when he was sleeping with you and not in a relationship with you. My God, she would sleep with 5 guys at a time and not think twice. I guarantee it. That's the kind of person she is. But someone else does it to her, and it's over. The double standards are incredible. We just keep seeing them over and over.
The expiration date is because he has this girl in the side.
Yes, expiration date for him being with you is because he's got a girl on the side. And he absolutely should go with that girl if that's someone he could be with and is a good person or whatever, good person to be with. Her acting like she's upset by an expiration date of, by this time, if we don't in a committed relationship or we're not going to get married, then I'm going to leave. Why are you upset by this? He's made it very clear he wants to be with you, he wants to marry you. So go ahead and tell him, I'm not going to marry you so you can go be with someone else. Because otherwise he's going to leave and you're going to get mad? That makes no sense whatsoever. So you should be able to have him on the hook forever because you want that. But if she meets someone or wants to sleep with someone else, she will guarantee step out on that in a heartbeat and not think twice.
And I used to stare at his face for hours and see my whole future.
Damn, okay, nice.
I've shut that thing off.
Damn, harsh. I used to stare at him for hours and see my hope in my future, and I've shut that off. The only reasonable one on here, and Kara's like, nope, I want to go be with the DJ.
You were having sex with Elizabeth? Yes or no? Admit.
Possibly, I don't know.
possibly, and the reason why I'm saying that is not because possibly I had sex with, no, it's possibly during the time I was with her. What does it matter at this point? Like, you making it seem like it even matters. It does not. You weren't even in a relationship, but oh, the rules. You broke the freaking rules. Even if there was a rule in place, you broke those damn rules. You have a kid.
So, yes, I was contemplating putting my in storage and maybe staying at her house for like a month.
And then she gets mad because she heard that he was going to live with this girl. It's like, before she moved in there. Again, why does it matter? You weren't together. You moved in because you were homeless and he gave you his house out of the kindness of his heart. But you're going to be mad that he might have moved in with another girl when you weren't in a relationship? Like, she is psychotic. Like, she literally, look, I can't diagnose people, sure, but she is close to it if she's not there.
Do you think 2 is the most I've juggled or something? I've done 5, 6 of them at once. They're in love. They're chasing me around. What the do?
He said, wow. Who's the most I've juggled? I've done 5 or 6 at once. And she's like, screw you, Matt. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. I'm like, she is the person who said he was the gym F-boy because he would sleep with all the people at the gym. And then when he admits what she said, then all of a sudden it's you're awful. I'm like, look, you can disagree with the lifestyle. God knows I do. But you knew this. And now you're going to act like you're a victim. Like, Jasmine is the perpetual victim of the Victim Olympics. She deserves the gold medal. She deserves to be on the podium because that's all she knows how to do.
Gino, I think that you won't have to deport me. I think
I'm
I'm
look
going
at
to deport myself.
And then what does she do? She immediately goes in and makes a joke with Gino after this, because this is what she does. I'm going to go and I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to get attention somewhere else. So I'm going to go to Gino and make a joke about, you may not have to deport me because I'm going to deport myself. She is awful.
Gino, would you just forgive her and take her back for the love of God?
Yes, Gino, take her back. Look, and then she gets even more mad. Look at her. She's like, oh no. He's like, for the love of God, Gino, just take her back, forgive her, take her back, get her off my plate, please.
I am so tired. Every other week, she has the meltdown of a lifetime.
Yes. And you know what? This is where Matt is reaping what he sowed, because she's been like this the whole time. And he should have known this because, you know, she was like this with Gino or whatever. He should have known this. Instead, he decided to get involved, and now you're getting it. So this is kind of where you get what you deserve in a sense, because he should have known this. Problem is he would be gone in a second if it wasn't for the child, and he really cares about that child.
What did I get from this? What did I get from this? How is my life better now?
I love how she's saying that, talking about being with Matt, not mentioning her child. That's about one of the worst things she could say there. What did I get? What did I get for this, for being with Matt? Simple. Even if everything you said about Matt was true and he's awful, which he's not, the level she's saying it, you know what you got? You got your daughter, which is fantastic. You know what? People who are in bad relationships but have kids, they can at least take solace in the fact that they have their kids. They're unconditionally loved pieces of them. But she doesn't even mention that. And that goes to show why she left her kids behind in Panama. Because she doesn't care like a typical mother would. She doesn't think of her children first. At least not on here. Maybe she does, it's not shown on camera, but not here.
I never wanted to be with Matt. Even now that I have a child, I don't even know if I want to be with him.
Damn. Harsh. Even though now I have a child with him, I didn't want to be. You know what? This is the problem. This is the problem with a lot of the culture nowadays. People have this, it's the hookup culture. It's not even thinking of long term. It's like, I'm just going to have fun. Now she's saying they have a kid. I don't even know if I want to be with him. Those are the thoughts you should have before doing one of the most intimate things and sleeping with someone, you dumb whore.
The name of the guy that used to live downstairs of Jasmine's house in Panama.
Yeah,
the Australian guy.
Yeah, Dane, yeah.
Damn. Guillermo is going deep into the lore to pull out Dane. I forgot about Dane. There was a whole issue that Gino thought they were sleeping together. They probably were, because they sure acted friendly. Now he's bringing that out. Turns out that Dane was actually in New York at one point when Jasmine went there. And so then you got Matt basically questioning, am I even the father? It's kind of crazy, but Jasmine definitely was sleeping with that dude before, so kudos to Guillermo for pulling out that deep lore.
Praise God, because I can finally just get the hell out of this, you know? Because I don't want to.
And he is really bitter because he's saying, if it wasn't my kid, then praise God because I could get out of this. Of course, the thing about Matt is he obviously loves that kid, but he is hurt right now and thinking it could be, because it could be. So you got this fool thinking he might not even be the father, which is crazy.
I don't think that I will ever love someone like I love you.
damn. And of course, he walks up at the perfect time. So, how much is that was planned by producers? Matt might not have known, but producers definitely were like, get out there, get out there. But saying, I've never loved anyone like you, and I don't think I ever will. Like, that's an insane statement. You have a kid with Matt, but you're saying this about Gino? It's the one that got away. It's the what I can't have. That's all it is for her. She doesn't know. Jasmine does not know what love is. She doesn't.
This is the most time we spent together in
a
very long time.
Yep.
And I think we were able to connect here more deeply than we have.
But not enough. So they have to go to the last resort because they're probably going to be on the last resort. That wouldn't shock me at all. Just wait, because they're definitely being cryptic about, are they moving forward or are they not? Yeah, they're setting something up.
You understand
That
what you
baby's
did?
mine, right?
What the did you say?
What the hell did you just say? What the hell? You know what? The problem is he has a valid point. She is not trustworthy. She definitely has slept with other people. So as much as she accuses him, it wouldn't shock me if she was sleeping with other people. And then there's the whole Dane thing in New York when she was there at a certain time when he was living there. So it definitely makes you question, and couldn't hurt. But I'm sure the baby looks like him. So that wouldn't shock me at all that it's his baby. But in this moment, questioning a little bit isn't surprising. So Jasmine is Jasmine, and Jasmine is bouncing back and forth and basically trying to create drama every step of the way. The Tampa couple seem to have not resolved a damn thing, so shocker there. And of course, we have new babies and all kinds of things. And who's going to be on the last resort? Because no one has resolved anything. It was a fun 4-part tell-all. I think they're always a little long, but 4 parts, okay. Finale in tow. We will see what happens with Before the 98 Days once that starts next week. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I will see y'all next time.